Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Becca and today I have an unboxing of the March Fairyloot for you guys. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Fairyloot at all, they are a UK-based young adult monthly bookish subscription box. The majority of their books are fantasy, and in every single box you will get a brand new hardback release in an exclusive edition and a selection of bookish goodies. So this box has been sent to me by the lovely team over at Fairyloot, as I'm currently a rep for them, so thank you so much to the Fairyloot team for that. The theme for the March box, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I know that it has like a frosty theme. I think it's something like Frozen Fables. But let us crack it open and have a little look-see. Oh my god, yes, it's Frozen Fables. I can't believe I remembered that, but here is the art on the spoiler card. And also, if you guys would like to read this month's spoilers, you can pause the video here and do so. But I'm gonna go in blind, so I think we have a mug maybe straight off, because the first thing on top is this. And yes, on the front of the box it says the Bear and the Nightingale ceramic mug. I love the Winter Night series, so I'm really excited to see this. Oh, it has a little snowflake in the bottom. This is as beautiful as I imagined it would be. Oh my god, I'm just obsessed with subscription box mugs, I can't lie. So already we have a strong contender for my favorite item of the box. We then have this little envelope which feels like it could be a pin. Could be wrong though, I've been wrong before. Oh, this is a phone ring holder, so I was wrong, and this one I've just accidentally pulled it off. But it is inspired by Winterwood by Shea and Shaw, and it says be your own light, and this one is designed by Iron and Ink Designs. We then have a pair of socks. These are inspired by Even the Darkest Stars, and the design is by Jez Hawk, and they have like a snowy mountain range on them. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but we have a little animal on here as well, which is it a little pupper? I'm not sure. To be fair, socks in subscription boxes, don't really care what they look like. I'm just really excited to have socks. We then have a headband, and this is inspired by the Something Dark and Holy series, and it's like a real nondescript kind of pattern, but it is really pretty. See if I can show you a sample of the pattern on here. Can I don't know if I can put this on. The sad thing about me with headbands is that I have a really round head. I struggle with headbands like this because they will just ping off. Yeah, so like on me I can already feel it sliding backwards, but if your head is not quite as obnoxiously round as mine, you should be alright. I'm sad about my head because I do actually really like headbands in general. They don't like me. I'm just gonna give up on this one. We then have something spiral bound, which is this very pretty notebook. It's blank pages as opposed to lined. Personal preference, I prefer lined because I'm not one for doodling or anything. I just literally write notes, so lined is a preference for me. I'm going to hazard a guess at this being inspired by Winter Song by S.J. Jones, and there is also a quote on the back, and yes, it says S.J. Jones at the bottom. It says, "A candle unused is nothing but wax and wick. I would rather light the flame knowing it will go out than sit forever in the darkness." How deep. Right in the bottom of the box we have our final item, which is this foiled art print of Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is beautiful, very reflective, so I'm not sure how much you guys are going to be able to see, but I do love myself an art print, and I think the art style on this is beautiful. Who is the artist? The artist on this one is Warwick Art, but absolutely stunning. I haven't read Spinning Silver. It is something that I want to read, but I want to read it rooted first. I know that they're not really connected, but it's just like the same kind of story, you know, from Naomi Novik. And then right before we get to the book, in every Fairyloot you get 2 tarot cards. Each of them has a character on, and the idea is that when you have them all, you'll have like a full deck of tarot. So this is like a bonus item for Fairyloot. And this month we have the Ace and 2 of Wands, who are Vasya and Morozko from the Winter Night trilogy, which, as I've already mentioned, is a series that I really love. For the book of the month, month. I'm pretty sure I have no idea what this is, but I know just before we get to the book, there are a couple of bits in here as well. We have a letter from the author, which is on the back of this stunning art, the monthly bookmark which matches the spoiler card art, and the monthly fairy scoop. So next month's Fairyloot theme is hidden identities, and this one is for fans by The Shadows Between Us, Lord of the Rings, City of Brass, Flame in the Mist, and An Ember in the Ashes, The Poppy War, and Blood Heir. It also says that there's a foiled bookmark set in the next box, which I'm really excited to see. And finally, the Fairyloot book of the month is, I think it goes this way, The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubinkowski. I have to admit, I have never ever heard of this book, so I will be reading the inside flap for you guys so that you can have like a breakdown of the plot. But as usual with Fairyloot, this is an exclusive edition. I've just had a quick look at the original edition. I'm not sure 100% if there's a difference, but if there is a difference with this cover, it is because this one is foiled and the original one won't be, but I will just overlay like a normal image of the original cover for you guys. As well as that, we also have signed end pages in here, and then we have this little foiled symbol on the naked hardcover, as well as some beautiful under dust jacket art. And then what I think is the final touch to this book is that it has sprayed edges, and the colour on these, they're like very slightly blue. Like I would say they are more blue than grey, but they are like a very muted blue colour, and they have a little bit of glitter in there as well. They're sparkly. So the plot of this one is that 17-year-old Valeria is one of the only survivors of the freeze, a dark magical hold Knot Mountain unleashed on her village. Everyone, including her family, is trapped in an unbreakable sheet of ice ever since she's been on the run from the Tsar, who is determined to imprison anyone who managed to escape. Valeria finds refuge with the Thieves Guild, doing odd jobs with her best friend Alec, the only piece of home she has left. That is, until he is brutally murdered. A year later, she discovers Alec is alive and being held against his will. To buy his freedom, she must lead a group of cutthroats and thieves on a perilous expedition to the very mountain that claimed her family. Only something sinister slumbers in the heart of the knot, and it has waited years for release. Inspired by Russian folklore, Jessica Rubinkowski's epic fantasy debut is a thrilling page-turner with romance, tragedy, magic and monsters that will stay till the very end. So I have to say, it does sound really interesting to me. It has a couple of like buzzwords that I really like in here. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you do know that that will be like the group of cutthroats and thieves. And I do actually quite enjoy a snowy setting in a fantasy as well. So I really enjoyed this box from Fairyloot. Not my favorite one that I've ever had. I have noticed that I've had 2 boxes from Fairyloot where the majority of the items are blue. Not saying that this is a theme, but they tend to be my least favorite boxes. Still a wonderful box, still really liked the majority of the items in here, and I have to say that my favorite item from the box would probably be the mug, but this box features some absolutely stunning art in a variety of the items. So we have the mug, of course, also this absolutely beautiful art print, the inside cover on the book, and also the letter from the author. So thank you once again so much to Fairyloot for sending this one to me. Let me know in the comments which item in this month's box is your guys' favorite. If you do head into my description box, you'll find a link to the Fairyloot website and all of their social media. But aside from that, please don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you wanna. If you head into my description box, you'll find a link to my Goodreads, Instagram, and Twitter if you'd like to follow me on any of those, as well as a link to my Bookish candle website, the Instagram for that, and a 10% off discount code. But that's it from me today, guys. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you'll go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.